It's okay. Off your mind, it's okay. Off your mind,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This man not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Aha.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, share this broadcast, like it, which is your offering, by the way. And then invite others. Read the caption of the broadcast. Read the description as well. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the evening. If it is morning at yours, or if it is afternoon over there, just sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Maiyegun diary Politico.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o, kẹ́gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ.
Koolu is back. To everyone who doesn't like or support APC, Egbekegbe, or those of you who rejected Koolu and their kind of politics, you will call him Koolu is back, or Jagabandit is back. But to his own admirers, The ones that always sing, on your mandate we shall stand, on your pampas we shall stand, on your poo-poo, Bola, on your pampas. They call him Jagaban is back. So it's a mixed feeling. But in this homily, I think it will be a good time to probably push and see if Tinubu himself can answer some questions. Share this broadcast. Tell them, pay. A lot of people want to ask questions. They want him to answer questions about this. Yeah, himself. Others want him to answer questions about this, himself, and so many others. But as you are not getting answers, nobody is getting answers from Koolu. As you are not getting answers, there are more questions popping up again, like Koolu returning to Nigeria with something attached to his armpits. This is, for somebody and for some people who have seen this and alarmed, could it be that they forced Koolu back? Is it true that he is having serious health issue that they are not telling Nigerians? Who are those? Who knows? And what are they hiding? More questions, no answers. But again, it will never stop us from asking.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò òkúra olóṣèlú àyẹ̀sọ́ra ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnràgì àyẹ̀sọ́ràgì.
Thank you, everyone, from wherever you are joining from. Just before we get fully into it, I would like to make something clear to everyone, as long as you are human. Oh. See, nobody is immune from falling sick, getting unwell, or even dying. There is no particular age that says you cannot get sick. Sure, you get? There is no particular age that says you can't die. So naturally, for humans, we are meant to, as strong as we are, at the time we will wither, and then, you know what I mean? We get tired. Some have kind of recovered from serious health issues. So there is no biggie about it. Therefore, when you talk about public officials, and in fact, in the case of Nigeria, from what you are currently dealing with,
I will not allow you to. Help me! If they carry me, they go where I don't know. Help me! I will not allow you to. Help me! If they carry me, they go where I don't know. Help me! I will not allow you to. Help me! If they carry me, they go where I don't know. Help me! I will not allow you to. Help me! If they carry me, they go where I don't know.
Help me. Don't worry. I know they go anywhere. This is the beginning of the service. So the only difference here is this. When, hang on, sorry. I was talking about the health and all that. Anybody can fall sick. Anybody can die. So don't let anybody blackmail you for probing into Tinubu's health. And this is why. Your health is your private business. Of course, it's yours. I mean, whatever it is you are going through, shouldn't be anybody's business, okay? Until you decide to be a public official, when you are expected to actually declare everything about you, including your health status. It's the law, it's their law. Their law says you have to declare everything about you, including the possibility of you being unable to carry out your duty in that position. It's their law. So that means everyone would then be what? Would be interested in, and you probably won't really be so interested if this man has, I haven't been like displaying some signs of mental disorder, incoherence, continency. Have you waited to call that way person they pee for body? Sure you get. Or where is completely lost lost the idea of the environment, dementia. Are you with me? Is displayed all these several in public that raise the concern of the Buddha. Is this man all right? We know he's not all right. Just like Bokuwari. Bokuwari survived whatever he passed through simply because Nigeria picked the bill. While Bokuwari was lying down, half dead like a vegetable in in a UK hospital, the thieves, they were using his name and all of them, they were running mad. The terrorists, they were also like hibernating in his government. They were what? They were running mad. The result of that is the Nigeria you have today. So Koolu left Nigeria 34 days ago. That's okay. I mean, he's still, he's no longer a private citizen, so let's not even go there. So, he rigged an election, right? And then he ran to Paris, where he was for, hang on, is that your, yeah. So where he was for medical care, not in Nigeria, where they are in government and they have been in government for 8 solid years. So this is also concerned. But meanwhile, while he was away, there were so many things. There were rumors that are actually not rumors. And in the coming days, we are going to know more, right? There were rumors that he suffered serious health complication. Nobody said anything in Nigeria. Oh, he's fine. He's very strong. He's agile. So when you now pick on this and say, this man know well, what is their game? What are they up to? Now, before we even go further, right? Me explaining to you that anybody can fall sick is normal. It's just to let you know that do not let anybody blackmail you when you are talking about this very serious problem. Don't let them tell you what is your problem with it, what is your business. Because if you have witnessed what Bokuwari did to Nigeria in 8 years, and all due to the fact that, number one, he's also demented. Number two, we don't even know what he's suffering from. Some said it's leukemia. Some said a cancer of the bone, cancer of this or that. Like almost every part of him is reported to have been changed, just to make him appear the ways they can push him on, just to appear as the president of Nigeria. And we remember that a lot of people, right, were actually like only happy, even though Nigeria was born, they were happy that at least Bokuwari is still the president. Whatever it is that they were going through, whatever it is Nigeria is passing through, it doesn't really matter. So that part, that people are now going to try to blackmail you simply because with what you suffered under Bokuwari, or you are suffering under Bokuwari, that has triggered you, put you in that PTSD state. Do not let anybody blackmail you with, do you want him dead? I know you are praying for him to die. No, 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 no. Whether you pray for him to die or you pray for him to live, none of it is in anybody's control or anybody's hand. But what is in your control is the fact that the calamity of his failing health and those who are pushing him is going to be worse than whatever you are witnessing under Buhari now. Because even before Buhari became president of Nigeria, right? Buhari never spent weeks and months in hospitals. So, sure you remember. Buhari was not walking about with syringe attached to his arm, oxygen gas, oxygen cylinder, and then some ready-made emergency doctors that are going to quickly attend to him. Buhari wasn't like that too. So the point here is this: Tinubu is sick, and it is now going to be your Armageddon in Nigeria. Prayers, so all of you who are pretending, I remember some of you were praying, but may Buhari succeed. Buhari succeed. May Nigeria succeed. All the enemy of Buhari will be put to shame. Now, who is in shame now? Who is in poverty now? Who is in high DP camp? Who are those who are currently in the graves? Who are those who are currently in the hands of terrorists as we speak? Nigerians. So you can sit back and ignore this and begin to push the narrative of they want him to die. No, but see, his death means absolute nothing to the destroyed and ruined Nigeria. Let's start with that. Do you understand? Now you have a drug lord and Osama bin Laden, two IC. Abi, what they call it? Two in charge. Abi, they are going to be in charge of Nigeria. Then that means something bigger is behind that you should begin to pay attention to with these little details that are popping up. Talk, speak out. When they try to blackmail you with, hey, you want, no, don't, you're not interested in his death. Do you understand? You are only interested in the destruction that is its existence actually going to bring to millions of people. If you don't believe it, in 8 years, right, Nigeria moved from 13 million unemployed people to over 80 million unemployed people today. And with the World Bank report that just came out as well, Nigeria is going to add another 13 million poor people into the poverty basket. With Koolu, you can just triple the number. And some of you will still have a small strength today, to try to kind of shout people down, abuse people or blackmail people, and all of this, and ignore all these warnings. In 4 years, majority of you would have joined your fellow Nigerians in the poverty basket created by APC. All those your useless and fraudulent hypocritical prayers, they won't work. Some of you said Buhari failed because people didn't like him. What about those of you who love him? What about those of you who are ready to die for them? What about all your prayers for better Nigeria? Are your prayers not answered? Are those who don't like them or criticizing them, are they so strong that they kept them so confused that terrorists have taken over Nigeria? That today you are using Naira to buy Naira. And that's their credit. Anyway, let's take the journey. Koolu is back. From what we heard, they said Koolu now struggle to eat. Koolu cannot even talk properly anymore. They said Koolu, as you have him, has lost most of his mind, like somebody with done shoko, but it's not like shoko. Sure you get. Now, Koolu has gotten to a stage whereby he is now more or less like somebody who should be in an old people's home, okay? But they choose as old rock for him. Now, all of this may not mean anything because you say there are no proof other than the few public, information that are available. But there are people who also kind of know better within their rank who are releasing some information to the public. For example, when we saw the video of him with the Malian drug dealer, that video, and in a presidential shopper in Guinea, Conakry, that video couldn't have made it, couldn't have surfaced online if it wasn't uploaded by somebody who was within that rank. So same thing with his health. So whatever is behind this whole thing, it is about to begin to unravel. So let's go to the arrival and then step by step. So Koolu arrived into the arms of his followers, okay? And there are many at the airport. Now, the welcoming party was huge, at least for somebody that has been away for 34 days. Before we come back to the concerns and all that, okay, I am still going to take you through the trip of his arrival. Now, when Koolu arrived to the welcoming arm of his supporters, Baba Oyoyo, this is what that this is actually what that looked like. Let me see. Where's that clip again? There. Jagaba. Let me give you a better one. That's a better one that seems to be like a more spread. Let's see. See how happy they were. They said he's dead. They said they are cloning him. Hey, look, he's back. Just like the same trauma that Buhari puts Nigerians into for 8 years.
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. She off your mind. Off your mind.
Chai! Now, wow. People wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. He go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle so they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power. Over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you ladder. Oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come. Oh yo yo. My people make we shout. Oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come. Oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses. Oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come. Oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico. Oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come. Oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind. Oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come. Oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say MaiyegunDiary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman pikin, they the street, they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout. Oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses. Oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. MaiyegunDiary Politico. Oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. This man not dey off in mind. Oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀sẹ̀.
So much share this broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Maiyegun today, as usual.
Àní Maiyegun máa wí.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
MaiyegunDiary.
Koolu is back. The joke is back. It depends what your expectations are, if you have any. If you are expecting anything from Tinubu, APC, and the rest, good luck to you. But if you really want to crack yourself up as Nigeria become even a funnier joke, Koolu is back. He don't give us another banger.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
One of the things after the syringe needle that you saw under his arm, another thing that people have noticed is that Koolu tún ti lóyún ni. As Tinubu got pregnant. Of course, a man can be pregnant, but it's like, paradoxically, Tinubu has grown a Potbelly. 34 days in Paris.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa ní.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa ní.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa ní.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa ní.
Thank you. I have people also on TikTok. So they are in front of me right now. Even though I may not be able to read all your comments, so to say. But nevertheless, just join this conversation and yeah, enjoy yourselves.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Thank you. So, good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live. Yesterday, Tinubu returned back to Nigeria. Now, Tinubu, like Festus Otobokeyamo just said, only God can stop him from being sworn in as your next president. Anyway, I don't want to kind of bore you with what will be or what will not be. But what is currently happening concerning, yeah? So let's dig a little bit further, even though we may never get an answer. But again, we'll throw it out there. for the sake of posterity. Put it that way. 24 hours ago, Tinubu returned back to Nigeria. And just like during their campaign, they ensured that they did what is called basement campaign strategy. Now, let me just take you back in the memory lane a little bit. What is basement campaign strategy? Koolu cannot be presented in public unaided. I know some of you are saying that, Maiyegun, don't fall for that. He is very okay. Nothing is doing. Tinubu is acting, is pretending. Baba, anything that will make you sleep well at night, sure you get, just believe it. All right? But if that is acting in your book, who knows? You probably will need a checkup too. But again, whatever will make you sleep at night, please believe it. But the people around Tinubu, they are not stupid. They know that, you know what the people in the medical field, what they will call nobody day house. You know, that kind of sleep memory, no today. You know, when they are like, when it's like they have unplugged, you know, the plug from the socket. It's like unplugging the brain from the tongue. So they are not connecting anymore. So once in a while, the network will shut down or just switch to something else. So because of this, they devised what was called the basement campaign strategy. Tinubu won't appear in any interview. It won't appear in any live TV. It would only appear where everything is choreographed and, you know, like everything is choreographed. So those who are going to ask questions, those who are going, you know, that stuff. But you won't see much. But anytime whenever they just mistakenly allow him to speak his mind, Bere, Balabulu, Bulu Bala, Bulaba, and all that nonsense are the things that will be popping out of his mind. And if you think that is acting, okay. Some even said that you saw syringe under his arm. It is also part of the acting. I say, okay. We are here to see every scene, every chapter, or whatever it's going to be, or season, because it's going to be a long one. So you can all begin to write your script for him to excuse whatever you want to kind of put in to excuse him from what is obvious. But again, something also popped up. So when they finally managed to push and push and push and push until they got what they wanted with Yakubu. Now, Mumudu Yakubu, after announcing Koolu, the job was done. There's no point in actually seeing your supposed president-elect. Because if you should see him and you ask him, the question of how much is he ready, he may not even know that he is elected. That's how bad it is. But they have a chance. You know what they do in Nigeria? When it comes to power, it is not really about the person in power. It is the people that actually build their survival around that power. So Koolu is like a Bokwari. Koolu becoming the Bokwari Pro Max now simply means that those who stand to benefit directly are going to do everything to keep him away. But no matter how much they keep Koolu away, I promise you one thing. Just like our old grandpas, you know that grandpa, no matter how much you try to kind of control them, they always have this independence mind where they feel like they will say their mind. If you have never had a grandpa or grandma that you know that they are old, and maybe they are also suffering from dementia or anything they are, like a little bit incapacitated. But once in a while, they can be very fun to be around. Because when they talk, things that will sound kind of outdated, okay? Like them reminiscing on the time when they were your age, right? And they are going to be repeating them like it is happening now. That kind of, when you are with your grandma, grandpa, in that kind of scenario. That's exactly what Koolu is. No matter how much they try to hide him, the fact that they have put his name up as the president of Nigeria or president-elect, everybody go dey hold am. Anywhere you see him, you go hold am. And to be honest, in fairness to Koolu, in fairness to Tinubu, yeah, he told his people, he said, listen, all of you are just worrying yourself. These people, all the people that are criticizing me, all the people that are kind of, putting X-ray on me and all of that, I've stopped going on social media because they abuse a hell lot of me there. So all of you are kind of masturbating in public in defense of Koolu. He himself said this. Where's that? Where he said he no longer uses the social media. Remember?
I don't read social media anymore. They abuse the hell out of me. If I read it, I get high blood pressure. I get angry. I don't read it. So, if I want to hear anything, my children or any of my workers will tell me, this one say this one. If I'm tired, I say, please, forget it.
Very simple. Just forget it. As some of you are telling people that whether they like it or not, Koolu is going to be your president. It is also the same thing that whether you like it or not, you would have to learn to live with every cooking that will be popping up on top of Tinubu. You will have to learn how to endure it. Sure, you get. To some of you, right, it could be a competition of, yes, we are making yourself think you are part of the team. Or if you are very smart, you look at what Bokwari, what he has done to you. 8 years that you are shouting, change, change. Next devil, next devil. Look at your life today. So it's actually not anything to be proud of. So whatever it is, for that same 8 years, even Bokwari himself is now telling people that he can't wait to run away. Do you understand? That he can't wait to run away from anything Nigeria. So if you are jumping up and down, whether they like it or not, if Tinubu is no wahala. But for those of us who actually we don't have any dog in your fight anyway, Nigeria is done for. When everybody finally realizes that, you will stop following the rules set by the criminals who have always rigged the whole thing against you. You will stop following their rules. The moment you stop following their rules, that's the end. When the end finally comes, right, all of us go to one lane, and that will be the end of Nigeria. You are getting there. Don't worry. But telling people that whether they like it or not, Koolu is going to, Shebi Bokwari did 8 years. Abi? More than 50 million of you who were able to survive. You were surviving 8 years ago. Now you are in the poverty basket. You have turned to Onibara. You are begging on social media, begging offline, and so many other horrible things you are doing to survive. That's the result of your, whether you like it or not. Buhari will do 8 years. See, Koolu make him do 30 years. Now your body go tell. It's no hard. You know, get. So, somebody like me, where we say, I don't get any kind of expectation, which means I don't get any heart for anybody to break. I don't get any face for anybody to. I don't get any oju. I am just going to remain here as your conscience, as then they fire you, as you are crying that our God, this our God, I will be here reminding you. That's what I do. Sure, you get. So, but every time they allow Koolu to speak, Baba, saying go drop banger. He no reach 2 hours when he land. He don't fat now. Koolu don't grow fat. He don't get belly. Let me show you. Here you get. He don't get belly. Now you see the belly, right? He's now like somebody with protruded tummy. 34 days in France, oh. And they said that maybe it's because of something they are putting in the tube that they are feeding him. That tube that they attach to his thing. That thing goes straight into his neck and all of that, or into his heart, by the way. Here you get. So they say maybe because of the kind of nutrients they are giving him. Maybe they are just like bringing out Tinubu's real stature. Sometimes when you get proper food into your system, through medical, whatever, maybe in the thing where they can't, some people can say, no, Maiyegun, now the gas cylinder. See, I have read a lot, and you know why? Simply because you are wondering, how come Tinubu suddenly have Potbelly? Sorry, those of you who are on TikTok, you can't see them. So they said, how did Tinubu now become somebody with Potbelly? Kinele. I saw all of this. Yesterday it was syringe attached to his arm. Under his arm. Some said they put that up as a drama, so as to make people start talking about it. That nothing is wrong with Tinubu. Okay. Anyway, then 34 days in Paris, he don't get belly. Now that he has belly, what up? Look at that one way that is smiling, sobo smile. Oh, this one, Dayo Israel. Sorry if you are not watching on YouTube, you won't see it. Dayo Israel with his own Potbelly. Now they have a Potbelly Papa, Potbelly youth leader, and all that. Anyway, so this is kind of strange, like what happened to him in France. Anyway, when he landed, he gave us this lamba, and I think I should share that with you in case if you are.
I'm healthy as the sun, and I'm okay.
How prepared are you for May 29?
May 29 is not the calendar. The challenge ahead is beyond that. It's for all of us together. And we must be parents and stay focused. That is very, very important. Don't isolate one date. One date on the calendar doesn't mean anything. It's just an event.
Yes, people are already talking about your administration and what it will look like. Can you give us a glimpse into what you have in plan?
I can't. I've not consulted people yet. And administration, you said, is not run alone. You don't govern alone. You govern with people. You consult. Assemble. And then hit the ground running. And it's the same country, right? Isn't it? So,
thank you very much.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You don't govern alone. You govern with people. You consult. Assemble. And then hit the ground running. And it's the same country, right? Isn't it? So,
thank you very much.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Sure you get. There go the monitor arm. That is the real definition of basement campaign strategy. If they allow him to talk, you remember when whenever Bokwari will grant interview, every time Bokwari speak like this, now anger everywhere. Oh, now this Buhari na madman. Did you hear what Buhari just said? This my Buhari na it got to a stage where like Buhari should stop talking. They don't want to hear from him again. You remember that time? You know, it got to a stage whereby some of you were like, you don't even want to hear from Buhari again. He just, I mean, what is he going to tell you? He's going to just make it worse. He's going to say things that are going to get you more angrier. You remember that time? Now think about, a lot of people Nigerians, they have selective amnesia, okay? They have selective, a Stockholm syndrome, something that they deliberately just pretend to forget something. Buhari was so bad, that every word that comes out of his mouth is like hate speech against Nigerians. So against, every time he's pointing his tongue, people were like, Buhari should stop talking. It got to a stage that people were like, no, I know if Buhari come on their TV, they will turn it off. Am I lying? That's how bad it was. So at that point, Buhari self just say, Omo, I go complete the time and I go away. Now I go suffer alone. And that is exactly what is happening. It doesn't say anything. It does, if they kill 200 people, Buhari no go say a word. If they kill 500 people, and if he has to say anything, he is shocked, and they must bring all the perpetrators to book. If to say Bokuwari, the amount of crimes or terrorism and other crimes in Nigeria under APC, that Bokuwari have said, we are going to make sure we bring the people to book. We are going to bring the people, even if na 1,000 live exercise book, it go down full now. If Buhari, they bring all the people to book, like he said. So what I'm saying here is that basement campaign strategy is that it's not going to be your president. It's just going to be a name. Then the thieves who have missed out under Bokuwari, Nadia Bazaar. But you see, it's good for them, but it's very bad for you. So if you go out there and you are pointing fingers, whether you like it or not, as you will change this country like that. Shit, now like that. And I don't forget the entire Bulaba nonsense he said that during the time they are taking him everywhere. He never actually said anything in his campaign, remember? It was pretty much like, I don't know, they just like pushing him everywhere until now. But he's grown fat. And some of you, these children of anger, as they call you, you are now saying that the cylinder, that thing, where's that syringe? Let me show you. They said this syringe under his arm, they say the cylinder now inside his belly. That's why Tinubu suddenly, become pot-bellied. And others said that alcohol. No, you can't take alcohol when you are receiving medical treatment. Okay, don't take it too far. All right. Meanwhile, back in Nigeria, okay, if you check that video, you saw the shitty boy there, right? Some are saying that they are just counting days. Say last. The people that are saying, thank you, on the north. Thank you, the north. If anything should happen that they have to return Koolu, Tinubu back to his doctors in France. And they begin to see the shitty boy. Now, they too, they will begin to kind of say, even if Tinubu no fit talk again, he must remain president. I mean, you see, the scenario that is about to play out in Nigeria, can best or better be imagined. Some of them can be imagined, right? I'm coming. Now, the shitty boy, which this, where's that pastor again? I'm gonna, yes, this pastor, Ibiyemi. If you can hear that on TikTok, that would be great, all right? Just the voice.
Escobar and Osama bin Laden to rule. Some people to rule a country. Escobar, you know what's Escobar? A drug baron. Heavy drug baron. And then Osama bin Laden was the highest terrorist. That is two people like that to rule in any nation of the world. I don't know which nation they want to rule, but any nation. That people can sit down, people are educated. I heard a lawyer, a son talking on television. I said, is this man okay? I looked at him, I said, this man, so you can sit through, glaring through like this and be talking. I got disgusted. He was defending a drug baron. I said, this man, your sonship should talk to this sand. I got disgusted. I said, how can you see truth like this and then you say truth is lie? Am I a woman? Somebody coming to convince you that I'm a woman. Would you say, oh, guy, you're blind? That is, we want to convince you now that the woman is a woman. He said, the woman, even if you see him as a man, it's a woman. It's a woman. Yeah. What to say? Okay, wait it up. That man, a woman. He said, yes, no single breast, a woman. That is how some countries have turned to, where we cannot tell ourselves the truth. Only God will help. I don't know the nation, but you know the nation. Nation where, just imagine nation where Escobar go rule. Osama bin Laden go be in vice. Hey, it not gonna happen, no. That it not gonna happen in Jesus' name. But just have a mental picture of any nation on earth. Just picture the nation. Where that kind of nation, where they get to now? You know, Escobar, that man was a drug terror. Then Osama bin Laden was the one who terrorized. Then Escobar. Just picture the nation. Where that kind of nation, where they get to now? You know, Escobar, that man was a drug terror. Then Osama bin Laden was the one who terrorized. Then Escobar be president, Osama bin Laden be vice. Just imagine how the nation would be like. That nation will not have any future. Because the man go finish with drug before he go come out. He go say, my president. Then I will go say, anybody will stand on our part, kill him. That nation is heading for, God forbid, God will not allow it. I don't know. But Escobar and Osama bin Laden, they are not alive, so I don't know. So you decide.
You were laughing. I was laughing too. When Escobar come out in the morning, I on drug. And then when Osama bin Laden come out and realize that you are standing on his way, he will just kill you. I must see that face.
I'm healthy as the sun, and
I don't know. I kind of started feeling like maybe he's actually on drug there too. I mean, it's possible, you know, like if you could see that thing on under his arm, it simply means that they have to probably give him some medical whatever on the plane on the way to Nigeria. So maybe he's on drug. I didn't say that, but maybe. Well, listen.
I'm healthy as the sun, and I'm okay.
How prepared are you for May 29?
May 29 is not the calendar. The challenge ahead is beyond that. It's for all of us together. And we must be parents and stay focused. That is very, very important. Don't isolate one date. One date on the calendar doesn't mean anything. It's just an event.
Yes, people are already talking about your administration and what it will look like. Can you give us a glimpse into what you have in plan?
I can't. I've not consulted people yet. And administration, you said, is not run alone. You don't govern alone. You govern with people. You consult. Assemble. And then hit the ground running. And it's the same country, right? Isn't it?
It's the same country, isn't it? Baba is LD. And the sound, but he's actually saying that is soundly LV. Is sound and is LV. But when you listen to that Pastor David who said that in which country Escobar, did you see Osama bin Laden description on the side? Well, you can just picture what a country you are up you're actually like angling for. I wish you what you wish yourself. So I don't wish anybody any evil. So Escobar is just that this is the picture. This is what I think will be the portrait, the proper one, like a Don who has now captured the biggest black nation on earth. Sure, you get. If you want to see his official portrait, the Capone of Nigeria, you're not going to call him Mr. President. You're going to have to call him the Don Tinubu. I wish I could show you that too. Everybody on TikTok. If you go onto my YouTube, you will see some of these screens, okay? So this will be like his official. So anytime you see him, Omo behave. And that is why they said somebody just go to court to ask that Tinubu must not be sworn in. Okay. Do you know why I actually want to talk about that? Thank you, Jare. Zip. I can't see your full name anyway, Baba. Thank you. I talk to my people on TikTok that they give me these coins and all that thing, right? Just like my friends on YouTube when they give me super chats, super thanks, and all that, all that money and all that. I think they are doing that too on TikTok as we speak. So thank you, everyone. Do you remember when I said, if you know Tinubu very well, and somehow you have watched the drug narco series, and you picture some of the things you know about how all these drug lords who are running different franchise shops, but within those shops they are. Thank you, 5-star G. Sorry, I can't see your full name too. Thank you. Sure, you get that. So if you have seen them in the movies, right, and you see how Tinubu has managed to capture institutions, starting from that of Lagos, to the point that people can just complain, people can fight and all of that, but no matter what you do, you just can't take it off him. It is like a cartel, like if you want to come for him, they will buy you. If they can't buy you, then they will kill you. It's as simple as that. Or if you love yourself, you will drop it and run away. That's how it is. That's how it has always been. So over time, it got so many people compromised, and whatever position they are holding, they owe him. So it's like a Capone. So when people said that a court will stop him, I said, wait, Tinubu wey me I know, Tinubu will bring division to everything that he is interested in, but that thing is not interested in him. Any group, association, anywhere. That's how Tinubu gets what he wants. If he can't get it from you, it will break you. Some of you will be asking, are we that significant to him? No, you are not that significant. But at the same time, he won't want you to become a big threat. So he would rather leave you divided. All political parties in Nigeria, they have Tinubu people there. All the political parties in Nigeria. Some of them are still hibernating. As time goes on, they will come out. You'll be wondering, how did he do it? The greed and the poverty in Nigeria makes everyone in Nigeria available for a price until they prove to you that no, they don't have a price. Do you get that? And with the likes of Tinubu, whatever money cannot do, more money will do it in it. I told you, I said, they are the xenophobic chapter of APC. The northern APC, those ones are the jihadist chapter of APC. You see those ones that are Southwest APC, the Yoruba APC, they are the xenophobic, bigoted APC members. Their own is deadlier. Their own is, if you are not supporting them, if you come out to criticize or oppose them, you are our enemy. And anything they want, they can do to you. And it's all legal. It's all fair in their book. Do you understand? The real fascist. So, I said, for Koolu to make Yorubas to jump into his bait of turning their Nigeria election into Yoruba versus Igbos and trying to play the card of MKO Abiola. You remember Nzeribe, author Nzeribe, and his Save Nigeria group or something like that at the time that went to court, and they got a court injunction simply because Babangida and his crew, they had no way to stop MKO anymore. What did they do? Nzeribe, who was one of the Babangida's men, but parading himself as a politician, somebody who is as corrupt as tank. I mean, you know what I mean? Nzeribe took Nadeko to come. Sorry, what be there? This national election, something, well, whatever. I don't care. They took their INEC at the time. They took them Fedeco. They were called Fedeco. Thank you, Kings. So they were called Fedeco. Nzeribe took Fedeco to court and told court to stop Fedeco from announcing the result of the election. Right? So the judge that gave the judgment, the Fedeco that rejected the judgment and continued to announce results, right? Hang on, leave Fedeco. The court that gave, the judge that gave the judgment that they must stop the announcement, and the government that conducted the election, they are all working together. So it wasn't hard to start saying the Igbos were used to stop MKO Abiola at the time. Oso Abiola, remember? And it was the time when the Igbos in Yoruba land, for example, started moving back to eastern Nigeria because an Igbo criminal politician, the friend of the military, has decided to truncate an ongoing election, and it was easier to now blame the Igbos for it. Remember that Tinubu is pushing that too. One man called Owuru has taken INEC, Tinubu, Buhari, who else? He has taken the Chief Justice of Nigeria to court, the Minister of Justice, and so many others that Tinubu must not be sworn in. Tinubu has been doing everything, and his gang, they have been doing a lot. They have been working overtime to try and get the Yorubas on their side, for Yorubas to begin to kind of say, well, the election have come and gone, so why are the Igbos, you know what I mean, to turn it into a tribal thing. That's why they brought the MKO card into it. But you know something? The people that rejected Tinubu, they are majorly Yorubas as well. So it didn't fly. But now, like they are already doing in the Labour Party, somebody is already in court, okay? And that person with his lawyer, both Igbos, commissioned and then probably given the go-ahead among the people that have been the saboteur to Tinubu inside their APC, inside the Bukwari's government. So if you wake up tomorrow and you hear a court, even though they probably will never give them the court hearing, right? But if you hear it tomorrow, if they want to distract you, of course, they may tell you that a judge is about to rule on whether Tinubu should be inaugurated or not. So they can build their propaganda around that. And then those who actually see Tinubu as who he is, they can begin to feel like and start buying those propaganda. I'm saying this to you because it's already in the pipeline. So today, one of their news says, Apapa Lamidi Apapa, the man that is parading himself as their Labour Party chairman, the one that their neck announced that they are suspending, right? People believe that he came to do the job of Tinubu, okay? To help them further divide any opposition and then get Labour Party to withdraw Peter Obi's petition, okay? Somebody said something. He said that the people that rigged the election for Tinubu, they didn't make a mistake for putting Atiku second. They have all the compromise that they need, obviously. So that is why they believe that if Koolu gets sworn in and something happened to him, power will return back to northern Nigeria. Now, if the court case should twist and the court says Koolu should be disqualified and the second person should be sworn in, that's also put Atiku in position that the power still go back to the north. So all of these are like conspiracy theories. Oh, sure you get. There are many more. There are many conspiracy theories like this too. When Bokwari was falling sick at the time, they said Tinubu banked on the secret information he had about Bokwari, that Bokwari had terminal illness. Bokwari won't last for a year. And that was why he decided to push and then ensure that Bokwari became the president of Nigeria and Oshibade Ikene Shatabandu became the vice president. So if anything happened to Bokwari, the power will just come straight back to Yorubas. Don't pretend that you didn't know that time. 2015, 2016. Buhari is dead. Buhari is dead. Buhari is not dead. Buhari is dead. It became so obvious that every time they say Buhari is dead or almost dead, the Lagos Abobakus, the Yoruba APC, have always been the kind of celebratory mode, hoping that they will hear the news and Oshibade will become the president. Don't pretend that you didn't know that time, because a lot of you will pretend. They thought Bokwari would die, Abi. Was that not the theory? Was that not the conspiracy theory? Bokwari now is there 8 years. That is why I'm telling some of you. Evil people know they die like that. Here you get. In Nigeria, all they have to do is just to pretend to keep them alive. It doesn't matter if they are like already gone. Here you get. They will keep them alive. As long as, you know what, those who are benefited through that symbol of power continue to, that's what Nigeria is. Here you get. So there were those who were waiting then that maybe Buhari would die and Oshibade would become president. So it didn't happen. Oshibade remained the special advisor to Bokwari on condolences matters, burial arrangements, and trader money. He became somebody who is there changing the diapers of Bokwari, a motivational speaker that would never appear like he's the president, vice president of Nigeria. So for Tinubu, so if you put the conspiracy theories together and say, hey, they kind of make sense until they won't make any sense again, all right? Tinubu know well, agree. But you know me saying go die tomorrow. You know me saying go die in 5 years. You know me saying go die in 10 years. The shege that you are destined to see, if you are destined to see that shege, the same shege, some of you actually like sweat and toil and bled for when you are championing for change of Bokwari. You saw the shege. Some people no survive them. Some died. Some, they are not dead, okay, but they are living dead. There are many Nigerians who are walking about today, living dead. They are not dead though, but they are not alive. That is under Bokwari. So if your destiny is to see more shege, don't think that's theory of, okay, if Tinubu die, power will go back to the north. It may be plausible now, based on the fact that Bokwari didn't show any sign of this. It didn't show any sign of sickness like this. It didn't show any sign of illness like this. Tinubu. I remember when Tinubu broke his leg. I don't even know even if he broke his leg or he had to have 2 operations on the 2 knees. I remember that time. That was about 2 years ago. So as he is like a walking guinea pig. You know, guinea pig that they use in the lab, where every doctor, every kind of test have been carried out all over his body, like Bokwari. Bokwari is like a walking guinea pig, lab rat. Tinubu is also like a lab rat. You know, when you take the rat to the lab, they are all there just for test, just for check, and see if his brain is working today. They put machine there. They want to check if his blood is clean today. They put machine to check. They want to check if his throat is all right. They want to check his intestine. They have to put something through his anus. They will put a camera through his ass to go and check his. You know what I mean? That's what Tinubu has been. Is a walking guinea pig or walking lab rat. And with that, you can't put a label on when they're going to die or not die. Because in Nigeria context, they don't even have to live. They just have to be breathing. And then you'll be calling them Mr. President. You don't even have to make any sense. Sure, you get, that's too much asking. So the theory then is that, okay, the people that rigged, somebody said that the belly, maybe that's the reason why the belly is bigger. It may be another test. But you actually, see, I'm not trying to be funny. You know I'm saying the truth. Yeah? We are like, you see, if you're unwell now, and they take you to the hospital, they will say they want to carry out tests. No be so? There are some of the tests that they will put you in the machine, MRI machine, to scan all your body. What do you think the machine is scanning? It is scanning your interior, it's scanning everything, your brain, everything. The whole thing is being scanned. If they are not satisfied, they will say, make you go poo. May you collect your poo come. They won't test them. Collect your urine, they won't test them. Now, that is until you are better. Abi? But when you see those who are like lab rats, now the people will say, Feniku for la dide, they can't be too far away from medical care, medical attention, 24/7. If they sneeze, they go say, go and bring the machine, go and bring the machine. Put them in his ear. Maybe na antibiotic, or being a bacteria. Maybe it's something, but you know what I mean? You have turned to a lab rat, and people like that have turned to lab rat. At some point, they will cut their parts, replace them. They will cut their hearts open, put something there, replace it. Sure, you get? They will cut, they will be changing all their body parts that can no longer regenerate itself. So when you get to that stage, if you are rich, of course, you will be seeing the best doctors, the best this and that. But you are a lab rat. Those doctors will be using you as a test. They will be writing reports. They will be writing your age, so that when they have people of your age, they will say, somebody like you also suffered that same thing. Baba na die you. Last, if you talk well again, but your own case will monitor it. You are a lab rat. Tinubu is a lab rat to Yorubas in Europe, in the UK, and all of that. But anyway, that is on that. So whether he's going to die or not, I'm not one of those who wish him to, because it's not in anybody's control. Sure, you get? Whether he's going to live for another 20 years or 30 years, it is not in your control, my brother. And let me tell you something, okay? Nigeria is so messed up. Nigeria is so effed up that even if Tinubu die, even if Shetima remove, if you see the long queue of horrible people that are waiting for their own turn to what? To rape you economically, to rape you, to rape you of your human right, rape you of your humanity, rape you of your right, rape you of your citizenship, rape you of everything that that actually should make you human. If you see the queue, you go no say praying for them to die or praying for them to this is not enough. Just pray for Nigeria to break, so that we can break the problem into pieces. Here you get. Everybody go, they deal with their own problems. Tinubu go be Yoruba problem. Obasanjo go be Yoruba problem. Chimaru Namani go be Igbo people's problem. Are you with me? Devulumayi go be Igbo people's problem. Hopeless Uzondijo go be Igbo people's problem. You know, go be Nigeria problem. Bokwari go be Arewa problem. Are you with me? Gandola, the Babariga mobile banking CEO of Kano, it go be the Kano people problem, Arewa problem. You see all those ones who are like the leader of Iswapo, the leader of Boko Haram, the sheikh of the Fulani terrorists, it go be Arewa problem. And by so doing, everybody go just be like that man that after attending the vigil, the pastor said, brethren, when you get home, I want you to, whatever is your problem, I want you to lift your problem up to God and tell God what God should do with your problems. And this man, with determination and with big conviction that, as pastor said, something must change. He got home and he called his wife, darling, come here, and lifted her up. And he said, God, now my problem is this, so whatever you can do with it, let it go. So all these criminals that you know, that are everywhere all over Nigeria, united in one thing, just to deal with all of us. I mean, you can excuse for them, I understand that, I'm not disputing that too. But there will be our problems regionally. There will be our problems wherever they are. And if we are going to choose to worship them, or we are going to choose to deal with them, then that will be all our own problem. It won't be like this. So, but if you don't take that serious, if you don't believe me, trust me, give it time. You are going to. You will. So, they say a papa, the man that is the chairman of Labour Party, they gave him just one assignment. And the assignment is take over Labour Party. They gave him lawyers. They gave this man lawyers. So they gave him judges that are also going to do the job. And honestly speaking, they must have paid Channels Television handsomely. Do you know that the level at which Channels is giving their platform to this Apapa person? You go think, say, that there, Apapa and Channels Television, they had this big deal that nobody kind of, I mean, Apapa can't afford that. You should know, this old man can't afford that kind of money to be getting that prime time on Channels Television every now and then. And it's all about Apapa. So the latest is this. Before now, I told you, I said, they are going to ask Obi to withdraw his last born. Omar, they see your hand, oh. Thank you. So they are going to ask Obi to withdraw his, to withdraw his case. And if he doesn't, they are going to take over the party. And not just take over the party, they are going to use people in there to destroy the Obi's case. I said that. But what I figured out later is that if I say, yeah, this kind of road no new to Obi himself. This is me now talking about his petition. Oh. So the petition that is challenging Tinubu is not a petition of Labour Party. Are you with me? It is the petition of Obi himself, which Labour Party is just joined. So Labour Party, whether I'm chairman or whether anybody know, they can't withdraw the presidential petition. They can't. But they can excuse themselves that they are not part of it. They can do that, but it will be insignificant. But you see, in other states in Nigeria, some of you think that the rigging that they announced for Koolu, Tinubu, do you really think it's just about Koolu? They beat Tinubu APC in Lagos. APC, Egbekegbe, they lost all the senatorial seats in Lagos, but they changed the result. They almost lost all the House of Representatives seats in Lagos, but they changed all the results. Sure you get? So same thing in all over Nigeria. Plateau State, Kaduna State, Bauchi State, Kano, and all these places. So people are challenging the election result of senators, reps, even assembly. Apapa, his own faction of Labour Party, they have now written to the tribunals. Channels Television told us so. They have now written to all the state tribunals where they are listening. I mean, they are treating election petition. Every Labour Party that is challenging any election across Nigeria, according to Apapa, Labour Party no send them work. Oh. We no send them to go and sue anybody. Oh. We don't know them. Oh. For some of you that may not understand what is going on, let me explain it to you. Apapa is not just alone. It's just this random person that they said is the national vice chairman of their party. So, Apapa and co, right, that people now believe have been mobilized. So, what Apapa is now doing is that they have different court cases. All these court cases, they are just to nullify all of the actions taken by Labour Party from April 2022 before Obi joined them. Do you get that now? Because by their law, right, the executive of a Labour Party, they can give anybody waiver to run for office. So within the time that Obi joined them, there are millions of others that join them all over Nigeria. No joke. So what Apapa and Co are now doing is they want courts to nullify everything. Abure, that chairman you saw with Obi Erina, that one from Edo State. So they want the court to nullify every action he has taken since April 2022, which include admitting Obi to Labour Party. But they are telling everybody that, no, it's not Obi. We just want to work our party. We just want to take that nonsense, Abi. So as you are watching this, they said they have now written to tribunal. If you see any Labour Party House of Rep candidates challenging anything, we no send them or we don't even know them. They no be member of our party. So you're going to hear the breaking news someday. They are going to say Obi Nko, he no belong to Labour Party. But guess what? As Apapa is doing his own work and yet to deliver what they want him to, the response of Tinubu's lawyers to the petition is that Peter Obi is not even a member of a Labour Party. So it's a waste of time for him to even be petitioning Tinubu. He's not a member. So what is wrong with him? That they have evidence that Obi is not a member of Labour Party. Remember, they are the ones who gave Apapa lawyers, San lawyers. They gave him the lawyers, the judges that are going to deliver this judgment. So sometimes if you think, I'm just saying this, so this is part of the dirty game you should be ready for. You are dealing with Tinubu, and you should have that at the back of your mind. That if you are waiting for a shocker that is going to say Tinubu is not, what do you call it? It should not be inaugurated. They may pull a stunt that will actually shock you too. When they will now say a court has proven. So I hope you get what I mean, right? It's all politics, so it's all, they call it a game. They call it strategy. Because to them, they are fascist. Opposition is not allowed. And they will break you from within. See, now the Labour Party will be dealing with Apapa every day. Apapa don't do this, Apapa don't do that, Hey, Apapa, no, reject. He's not representing us. He's not our chairman. As you are dealing with all of that, they just want Tinubu to get sworn in. Once he gets sworn in, una go come see, what's that man name again? That Godfather. You know that Capone in Godfather. Somebody should give me the name again. That man, that old man that became the Godfather, that they killed his son and all of that, his sons and all that. Don Corleone. Don Corleone. You see, whether na judge, whether na pastor, whether na imam, whether na babalawo, whether na yaurishao. Sure you get, whether na judge of a court, whether na governor of a state, everywhere from everywhere, Baba go hold the chain like this. You know, go on the chase justice. Justice for. Now you realize that that justice is not going to come from inside that court. It's not coming. Because the establishment, they want something they call stability. And in their way, as it be now, they won't queue behind Koolu. Somebody is still asking me what's the meaning of Koolu. Baba, you knew ni. Koolu is Tinubu. Tinubu is Jaga Bandit. Koolu is that thing where they do chicken. You know that Koolu? So yeah, that's Koolu. So I was speaking Koolu, so that they go say we say Koolu. Tinubu get Koolu. I didn't say he get Koolu. I said he is Koolu. Koolu. Anyway, for everyone who is in Egypt, currently trapped and being moved and all that out of Egypt because of all this mess, I hope you know the Central Bank of Nigeria claimed that they have released 150 million naira for your evacuation. So, and we heard that there is a ceasefire in Sudan right now, just to give room for foreign nationals to leave Sudan. cartoon and all that. So it should interest you, everybody listening, that even Sudanese, they are leaving Sudan as refugees as we speak. So it will make no sense for any country not to get their citizens out as soon as possible. At first, they said the Tanzanians are kind of shutting their border and they are like, are sending Nigerians back and all that. So I wish you all the best. And then, yeah. So I am going to take calls. However, tonight, hang on. Something just drop off there. So I'm going to take calls. But before we get to the calls part, there's something I'm going to tell you. Give me a sec. Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to take you. For example, if you are just, if this is your first time on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, or you are among the new people who joined MaiyegunsDiary Politico, okay, let me tell you what else we do. Apart from talking about the issue in Nigeria, the people that are contributing to what Nigeria has become or what Nigeria is becoming, right? We also have our own choosing path, a path that we believe that if we could get a lot of us to follow that path, right, that could be a determinant of other good things to come, something better than what Nigeria is offering to be, So there's difference between talking about the problems, oh, Nigeria is this, Nigeria is that, and all that, and at the same time ignoring the roots support that those who have brought Nigeria to this state, where they are getting their power from. So the people, our people, that they continue to tell that they are Nigerians and one Nigeria, only for them to end up as the victims of everything that is wrong with Nigeria. However, it's a battle that we believe is beyond just telling people what to do. Sometimes it's good to show them what to do, especially if you identify with them. So on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, we have a union that is called Charade Supporter Initiative, a registered organization for the Yoruba Union. Now, the idea behind this is that if you go around Yoruba land today and you ask them what would they prefer, to continue to be part of Nigeria or to have an independent Yoruba nation, majority of them actually want an independent Yoruba nation, but they have no idea of how are we going to do it. So we have now taken it upon ourselves to show them the rope, to show them what role they will play, and at the same time, make ourselves the point of contact, something that will be like an alternative to what the politicians are using in weaponizing their struggle. So we call it Yoruba Union. The idea is that let all concerned Yorubas who actually love the land and the Yoruba land, not because of what they want to gain from it, not because of the direct benefit or something that they probably are doing it for. We call it volunteering. We need to tell our people to start getting ready, prepare. If no one is telling them, the future that they promised all of us who are here today, wasn't the same. So the future they promised us when we were younger and those before us. Now we are older, we know better. We realize that if we don't take action, if we don't educate our people, enlighten our people, and save our people from the crucible of poverty, that's the only tool. That is why in Yoruba land today, we have seen those who are supposed to be educated, enlightened, some of them religious, morally, and people who came from good homes. With poverty ravaging the land, our people have been subjected to become the slaves in their own land. So with Yoruba Union, venturing into the lives of our people, doing our best to see how many of our people can we actually get off these politicians? And how soon can we do it? And how soon can we actually rally Yorubas to demand for what is actually theirs without passing through these criminal politicians who have taken us for a ride for 24 years? Now, I have told you before, this is a thankless job. People don't say thank you for it. Who sent you is actually the common word. Oh, you are looking for your own money. Oh, you want to, that stuff. So people have said a lot about that. And guess what? We did tell people that we are volunteering to start with. And whatever you can't, in a way, we are not here to impress anybody. If it's going to take us a year to make that difference, we are ready. If it's going to take us 10 years to make that difference, but to turn the tide has become a job we have chosen. And I can promise you something. There are Yorubas who want it different. There are Yorubas who don't want Nigeria anymore. But do you know the confusion? How are we going to get out of here? Now we will show ourselves out. And we have started, by the way. And I said, those who are going to see and look at us today and laugh, they are likely not going to be laughing for long. So tonight I'm going to be joined by, two ladies. Two ladies who have played a very, very crucial and big role in helping and extending the hands of support to our people back in Yoruba land through Yoruba Union. In a space of 4 months, that is, from December 2022, January, February, we have actually managed to pool a resources that is over 15 million naira in support of over 10,000 people in Yoruba land, children and their education, elderly, and the support, family support program that we carried out in December. All of these are just like our own thing, doing it on the side to see what we can do to ameliorate the problem. In fact, take control of the problem and hopefully be the shining light that our people need. Now I have a lot of people that are so interested. They've proven it. Today, we are not just helping people. We are also adopting families. Of course, I may not have spoken a lot about all of this because every time I come here, I talk about Bokwari, APC, people destroying people and all of that. There are good things that great people are doing with Maiyegun on this MaiyegunsDiary Politico, behind the scene, lives being touched and people caring about people they haven't met or they are likely never going to meet. Children. Now we have our organization that is now profiling children in Yoruba land as we are battling with out of school children. Remember that, we are playing our own role, little role, as an organization through the MaiyegunsDiary Politico, pulling the resources together and reaching out to Yorubas that deserves the support without asking for anything back. We just want to tell them, we just want to show them that they deserve better. And we want to tell them that there are millions of us that actually are asking, how can we go about it? Now it's no longer about asking. It is like, now, when are we going to leave? Now, the time will tell, they say, when our people are indeed ready. So I'm being joined right now by the leader of, well, we call her the homeland leader of the Yoruba Union, where, and you know her very well, Princess Balogun. How are you? You need to unmute. I'm talking to you, please. I can't really unmute it.
Hey, Maiyegun.
Okay, great.
Good evening, everyone. Maiyegun, how are you?
I am very well. Doing? I'm very well. Thanks for joining me. Now, I also have with me, or with us now, Mrs. Busari, who happened to be the head of the Yoruba Union education team. So when we put resources together to take care of 10,000 school children in Yoruba land, she happened to be the head of those who coordinated that, and Princess Balogun, the head at home, was the one who led the charge, meeting the children. So, like I said, sorry that Princess, you probably will have to say you're welcome. Mrs. Busari, I'm going to come to you. So, Princess, please.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. How are you? It's been a great journey, and we have this. It's been great. It's been traumatic. It's been a good experience. It's been a bad one, It's been a roller coaster, actually. I enjoyed some of it. I wept through some. I was touched, I saw kids that experienced things we never experienced when we were younger, even when some of us had everything put together for us by our parents and all, people that were attending public school at the time weren't, they weren't having that much suffering. And you see these kids without shoes, you see a 4-year-old enter a headmistress office and she had not eaten at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and we were able to touch lives. We got names of students that were really great and performing well, and A-class students that doesn't have shoes and would have to go to the market in the evening to beg for money. We've been able to put them on a plan of 20, 30, 40,000, some of our members or our leaders, in the leadership have been able to adopt some of these kids. And, I am happy with where we are. I am super happy with what we can do. And I know we will do some more. I know we will.
Thank you, Mrs. Busari. That's actually your own terrain. You put all of that together, starting from the planning stage to the execution. Planning stage, mobilization stage, and then, playing with the numbers. And it happened. Many haven't seen you on MaiyegunsDiary Politico before, and there are many more that are also behind the scene that are now working on some of our ideas. You happen to be one of them, and we're at your. Oh, Mrs. Busari, you are welcome to this chat set tonight.
Good evening, every member of Temple of Truth. Good evening, Maiyegun Princess. I cite you. I'm excited to join the crew tonight. Yeah, though I never knew I could be available. If you can see me, I'm still in the office. So, but then I have to. It's a call to duty. It has been a very good one because it's all about passion to give out to the world, especially to your homeland, to your people you never knew. But then we believe that we could do more than what we are doing. Though we are not compelled, we are not competing with anyone, but we believe with the kind of people around us, we can achieve great success. As far up to now, we have up to 300 children that are still waiting adoption. We have a lot of them that we need, some of them have been adopted already. We still need a lot of things to be done for them, because why we are so passionate about children, especially at this crucial time, we are in diaspora. These children, if no help comes to them, they will be the next Boko Haram that will not make our children to come back home.
Yeah.
If we are talking about Boko Haram in the northern part of the country, the Yorubas children now, out of school children in Yoruba land, is at alarming rate. If nothing crucial is done, we won't go back to Nigeria again. We won't go back to Yoruba land. Our children will not come back because they will be the next Yoruba Boko Haram. We are imploring everyone to join hands with us and let us salvage the life of these younger ones. And how can we still reduce the tension in our homeland? They said a little drop of water makes a mighty ocean. We are not rich, but then we can't say we are comfortable. It's just a passion to do something to mankind that is pushing every one of us to drop every penny. Even some may not even drop, but the ideas, the gathering, the ideas, the pulling, the passion goes a long way to make things to work. Kindly drop your penny in pound, in any currency, even in kind. We will welcome it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Busari. Now, the last one we did, and that's the back to school. So, but the first one we did was the family support program, where we reached out to elderly people, over 600 of them. You also played a very crucial role in that. But I'm going to come back to you because you are very good with numbers. You are the one who always be like, no, let's put it that way. If we don't meet that target, then we can come to this one and use that. But don't let us limit ourselves. And I appreciate you for that. So, Princess, you are the pioneer. You are the first person that showed us that it was possible to meet with our, even with our messages. A lot of people felt like it was impossible. In fact, those who never thought that somebody could stand boldly all over Yoruba land to tell Yorubas what they need to know and tell them that we are going to be there for you. We want to be, because we need ourselves. If nothing is done now, you showed us. In fact, you are the one who actually conquered that worry. Now, you then told the people that we are coming back. So tell me, how do you feel like going back now that we are going to be dealing with about 5,000 people if we are able to raise the 22 million naira we are targeting? Because that's the point. Now, sorry, Princess. Everybody watching this broadcast, especially on YouTube and Facebook, there are links that you can use in contributing to this. So at a time, we are going to pull everything together and then give an account of how much have we actually gotten. And then what is it that is left. So if we can't get to take care of 5,000 people as planned, if it's 1,000, if it is 500, we know we can always do something. That is guaranteed. So, Princess, how does it feel like you are going to be going back again, especially now that it's going to be bigger? A lot of people said, you shouldn't be going everywhere. If the job is well done the first time, that you should have people that, you know, ordinarily should represent us there. Now, here we are again, planning something bigger. So you tell us, what's the plan? If we can achieve raising the fund and put this together to support our people as planned, what is the plan? Like, what's the feeling like?
I've always said it, Maiyegun. Yeah. Mrs. Busari, it is nice to have you here. I've always told you, Maiyegun, whatever it is we put a mind to, we will definitely achieve it. and there is nothing we cannot do. Nothing, except we all decided not to do anything. So sitting back and thinking, we really do not have to do it. We are meeting with our people. People are waiting for this. It is something they've been waiting for. You know, it is. We are not all happy with the situation of the country. We all know that. You know, so some people are so down with Stockholm syndrome that, you know, they just try to put these things behind them. But when they see people coming out to tell them, okay, we can do this, there is power in number, and it is power of the people, it is the people's power, then we can do, and we can do exceedingly abundantly, you know. And when we went there, when we talked to the elderly the first time, you know, some of them were like, we are old though. We are going. We will die soon. But we do not want you to stop. We want you to continue doing this. So feeding over 600 people in whole Yoruba land, you know, me driving all the way from Lagos to Ogun, from Ogun to Ibadan. It was fun, you know. It was nice meeting these people. I was, you know, I've never been privileged to talk to people like that, but I was able to compose myself, you know. I'll just get up, walk up to them, this is this, this is that. Are you happy? You know, we had free education. Some of these people disturbing us had free education while they were growing up. Taxi of Baba Jack was there. You know, they had free education.
First Avenue la wà ń bí nílùú Kòròdú ètò tí ó wà nílẹ̀ yìí bá a ṣe rí wọn láàárọ̀ yìí ọmọnú wa dùn gidi kán dákun kán má dáwọ́ àti má dùn àwa mẹ̀kúnnù nínú kán dákun nítorí Ọlọ́run ìdùnnú ojoojúmọ́ ìgbowó gbà Ọlọ́run jò mọ́ dé bá wọn náà lágbára Ọlọ́run máa wà pẹ̀lú wọn lágbára Ọlọ́run. Yorùbá nation Yorùbá dára púpọ̀ kí Ọlọ́run kó dákun kó rán aláàánú sí Yorùbá nation kí ìdàgbàsókè kó máa dé bá wa.
Princess, sorry, mo fẹ́.
Yeah, Maiyegun.
I wanted to play a part where you are talking, but it was almost gone. Then it was that Mama in Korodu before you went to Ogun State. Princess, I'll come back to you. Sorry for cutting you short there. Okay, Mrs. Busari.
Yes, please.
We are currently we have a lot of things that we plan to do.